Today I'm going to show you how to make fried rice. It is no ordinary fried rice. This fried rice is my family recipe. It has the flavor of nyonya. Flavor of this nyonya fried rice is going to come from the French shallots, the garlic, a little bit of toasted belacan. Now this is a key ingredient. This is dried shrimps. The dried shrimps itself is a key ingredient in getting that flavor of a nyonya fried rice. And also, of course, the toasted belacan. Now, toasted belacan is optional. You don't have to use it if you don't want to. I have an earlier video that I have made and show you how to make toasted belacan. Other ingredients that goes into making the flavor of this nyonya fried rice to make the paste is the dried chilies. So I'm going to use 2 dried chilies over here. This dried chili variety is extremely spicy. So be very careful when you buy the dried chilies. Make sure you know which variety that you're buying. Some dried chilies has the smokiness, but it doesn't really have that spiciness. This one right here, it has the smokiness and it is extremely spicy. So I'm going to use king tiger prawn for my fried rice, and of course we need to have the eggs. I'm going to use 2 eggs. If you want to use 3, that's fine. I'm using 2 eggs for the fried rice. Now, the other ingredients that I'm going to use, 2 other ingredients I'm going to use, they are optional. One is the green beans. I'm going to use some green beans. The green beans itself is going to add some color. And the dried shiitake mushrooms. So I'm going to use 3 dried shiitake mushrooms. The taste of my nyonya fried rice is going to come from the light soy sauce, the oyster sauce, and the color. I'm just going to give it a little bit of color. I'm going to use a dark soy sauce. Now the dark soy sauce obviously is optional. If you don't like it to be dark in color, you don't have to use it. And a little bit of white pepper I'm going to use. So that's all the ingredients for making the nyonya fried rice. First, what I'm going to do is to soak my dried shrimps and the dried shiitake mushroom with hot water. And while they are being soaking in the hot water, I'm going to prepare the other ingredients. Okay, with the green beans, I'm just going to cut it up into small pieces, just like this. With the shallots, I'm going to remove the skin. And the garlic, I'm going to use about 4 cloves of garlic. So the garlic, I'm going to use 4 cloves. If you have a mortar and pestle, you can use mortar and pestle to pound and make the paste, the spice paste, to flavor the fried rice. If you don't have a mortar and pestle, you can just use a food processor or a grinder and spice grinder to blend the ingredients to make the paste. Now what I want to do is I'm going to pound the dried shrimps first. And now I'm going to slowly add the other ingredients. I'm going to add the garlic first. And I'm going to add the French shallots into the mortar and pestle. And I'm going to continue pounding them. Now I'm going to add the dried chilies and the toasted belacan. Now it doesn't look like much dried chili that I'm adding in, but I can assure you that this is very spicy, this dried chili, and a little bit of toasted belacan. And I'm gonna continue pound the ingredient, the spices. Oh. I can actually smell the dried chilies. The spices that I have just pounded to flavor my fried rice. I'm gonna mix the sauce into the bowl. 1 tablespoon of light soy and 1 tablespoon of oyster sauce. Now the dark soy need to be very careful, just a drip. Oops, that is a bit too much. I'm not gonna use all of it, just a little bit. Pour away the rest. Then I'm gonna add a little bit of white pepper, a dash of white pepper. And give it a mix. Mix it through. The last thing we need, obviously, is the rice. And the rice, the best one is the leftover rice because it is dry up and it doesn't have too much moisture. And I have it in the fridge, I'm gonna pick it up. With the rice, you really need to break it up to loosen the grains of the rice in the bowl. I have learned this from my mom. The best way to loosen the rice is to use a fork and gently press the rice down with the fork. I think that's good enough. Now I'm ready to make the fried rice, nyonya fried rice. I'm gonna make the egg first. So I'm gonna turn up the heat. Need to make sure the flame is not gonna be too hot, otherwise it will burn the eggs. Add some oil. I'm gonna use the fork just to break the eggs. This is how I do mine. You don't have to do it this way, obviously. What you can do is you can break the eggs into the rice and make the fried rice. I like to make my eggs separately when it comes to making a nyonya fried rice because I want to be able to see the egg and I want to be able to taste the egg. So it's going to be an omelette. Now just move the eggs around. I'm gonna put this to sit on top of a kitchen paper towel just to soak as much of the oil from the omelette. So I'm gonna let it cool down and I'm gonna make my fried rice right now. Add some oil. I'm gonna fry my paste, my spice paste. I'm gonna fry until it's aromatic. I think you're gonna like this because it's gonna be so different. I can smell it. It smells very nice. I can smell the dried shrimps and a little bit of toasted belacan. Fry it maybe for 1 minute. We can now add the prawns. Now I'm going to add the beans. The shiitake mushrooms. I'm gonna add a little bit of the sauce. Now I'm gonna add the rice. And I'm gonna add the remaining sauce. Just gonna add a little bit of water. I'm gonna turn the heat down, I'm gonna cut the omelette, and I'm gonna put the omelette into the fried rice. So with the omelette, just roll it up and cut it thinly. And I'm gonna add the eggs in there, add the omelette, and mix the eggs through with the fried rice. Now this is ready, but before we plate it, have a taste and see if it's salty enough for you. If not, just add a little bit of salt. Just get a very quick taste. It's just right for me. It doesn't really need to have any more salt, but if you like it a little bit more salty, you can add more salt. I'm very happy with this. Okay, it's ready. I'm gonna plate it. If you have some dried shallots in your fridge, you can always add a little bit of dried shallots, just to sprinkle around it. This will give you a little bit of crunchiness. If you like this video, remember to subscribe and share with your friends and family. Thanks for watching. Until then, my name is Victor Koo. See you in my next video.